Hello everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you my official review for The Walking Dead Season 6 finale. Yes, I'm here to review The Last Day on Earth. Now, of course, if you haven't seen this episode, please go check it out, because this review may contain spoilers. But that being said, let's get into AMC's The Walking Dead. Now, overall, I've been very critical with The Walking Dead in the last several years. I obviously have stated that very clearly. I loved Season 1. I loved Season 2. I was okay with Season 3. I was 50-50 about it. I hated the living shit out of Season 4. I think it's a god-awful season. And Season 5 I loved. It got me back to The Walking Dead. Season 6, however, also has been kind of 50-50. There's a lot about it I like, and then there's a lot about it I hate. But regardless of any of that, this season alone has actually been pretty good, at least in this half season, from mid-season to now. It's actually been a very great season. I think a lot of that has to do with setups. This show did so much to set up Negan. He's basically the Thanos of fucking The Walking Dead universe. They set the living shit up for that fucking guy, and that guy to be a major villain for upcoming seasons in this program. So, I understand why. And I think it was a pretty good move overall because it gave us some pretty badass episodes. So overall, Season 6, I'm happy with. I think it's pretty good. However, let's get into the finale alone. The finale, I think, was a little too long. It was a 90-minute episode. So it was just a real pain in the ass because there was a lot of major things going on basically to set up. Once again, setup should be like the major tagline for this episode because everything was set up for the last moments of said episode. So I feel like that was a major problem in my book. I feel like they should have just contained it. And I mean, like, there's just so much that's going on in the beginning of this freaking episode finale that I feel like you could have cut and just had a better episode. It's kind of like Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. If you just cut out, like, spoilers, if you just cut out, like, the Africa scene and freaking Scoop McNairy's freaking character, maybe the movie could have been a little better. I don't know. You have to watch the movie to come up with your own freaking opinion on that. But anyways, back to The Walking Dead. I feel like you could have done the same thing. You could have cut out, all that business that was in the beginning with Carl, with talking with Enid or whatever the hell that JSS girl's name is. You could have cut out all that nonsense with Rick talking with the group. You could have cut out majority of the Carol and freaking Morgan stuff. All their freaking nonsensical freaking talking. There was just a lot of things in the beginning of this episode that you could have just cut out. Now, granted, it was interesting and it was okay, but I feel like you could just cut it out. That was just my opinion. I feel like the episode was just a tad too long, especially considering all of us fans tuned in for one reason and one reason only, which is to see Negan. Now, with that being said, let's get into the setup of the actual Negan sequences. For me personally, I think it was pretty good. I think it was awesome to see like how many people Negan really has. I mean, like, we already knew that the Saviors were grand and he had a lot of numbers. They had a lot of numbers on their side. However, this episode really showed how many people Negan really has. He has a freaking army that's way freaking bigger than freaking Rick's group, and they cannot take them on at all. It's freaking hilariously sad. But with that being said, obviously, the overall episode is pretty much Rick and, company trying to transport Maggie, who's having major health issues with her possible miscarriage that a lot of people are speculating on, and, of course, trying to transmit her all the way to the hilltop so they can get their doctors to help her and fix her, I guess, and save said baby. And along the way, they get into trouble because the Saviors are waiting, because they're ready to kick some ass. And that was freaking awesome. But anyways, regardless of any of that, of course the episode does end up at the end with Rick's group actually getting cornered and having to be standoffy, if you will, with the Saviors. And of course we come to the climactic end, the arrival, the appearance, the first ever appearance of Negan. And I have to say, it was pretty freaking badass. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did a live reaction to it if you want to check it out. Actually, I did a reaction to the entire episode, but I only posted the Negan portion, so please go to my channel and check it out if you haven't done so already. Maybe I'll do, maybe I'll upload the reaction to the rest of the episode. I don't know. The only purpose I did it was because of the Negan section, so I don't know. Maybe the rest of the episode is irrelevant to you, but let me know what you think about that. But anyways, the arrival of Negan was pretty badass. Jeffrey D. Morgan, Oh my god. I think he was phenomenal as Negan. I really had no denials that he was going to be great. Maybe other people did, but for me, I knew he was, an A-plus runner all the way through. I thought he was amazing choice casting-wise. I know a lot of people are like, no, John Hamm. It's like, John Hamm would have been cool too. Sure. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan killed it. He was so, no pun intended, he freaking killed it. He was amazing. I think his performance was great. His look was great. Granted, some people do have issues with it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a tad different from his comic book counterpart. Obviously, Negan in the comics is, spoilers, he's clean shaven, he has no facial hair, and of course he's a lot more flamboyantly hilarious. He's a little comedic at times, the way he speaks, and of course he's a big cursor. He says the F word consistently all the way through in any piece of conversation rather, that he has in the Walking Dead universe. So of course that's an issue that certain fans have, but granted, it's AMC, it's a TV show, so of course they can't really go all the way with saying, dropping off F-bombs every freaking second Negan speaks. And overall, I like the look. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I already knew he wasn't going to shave his freaking facial hair because A, he does another show, and on top of that, he freaking, I've seen multiple interviews with the guy while he was shooting his Negan appearance for The Walking Dead, and he had no freaking shaved face, so I already knew that he was not going to have, no facial hair. So at the end of the day, that doesn't really bother me. And for his performance alone, as I've already stated, it's great. I think it's a good freaking performance. He's subtle, he's very contained, he's not introvert, but he's very just not as outspoken. He's very just, he knows he's the boss, and he will show you that if he wants to. I think that's the great way to go with it, and I feel like that's a great way to go with it with the TV show. It's a lot more menacing, and I think it makes way better for a greater villain, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that's a better move to go, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays it perfectly. He's spot on the way I wanted, and overall, the scene was great. It was basically the comic book ripped right out and thrown on the TV show, with a few changes, of course, here and there, but it was pretty much the comic book verbatim. Now, with all that being said and done, let's get into the major problem that I have with this episode, other than the beginning stuff and, of course, the episode being too long, which, of course, is the major problem that everyone can't stop talking about, which I'm pretty sure is the ending of the episode. We already knew that there was going to be a major death. We already knew that Negan was going to get Lucille, beat the living shit out of some motherfucker on Rick's group, and we already knew that someone would have to die. However, the episode does not give us that. The finale does not give us that. It basically gives us a POV version of it, where we get to see Negan kill the person through the freaking victim's eyes. So basically, it's kind of like Negan is killing us, the viewers. And I get that, and I appreciate AMC trying to do that. However, not showing us who actually died and not showing us the iconic death that we all want to see is complete BS. I feel like it was a major downfall. It completely destroyed the finale, that everything that was built upon. It was not a good move. Granted, maybe it's a logistical problem. Maybe it's because AMC was like, oh, that death is too gruesome, we can't show it on TV. Or maybe like, we want to fucking have viewers come on for October to see who fucking died. It's like, I don't fucking care. What they should have done was went all Game of Thrones style. They should have just killed off Glenn or whoever the fuck it is and just let that fucking show. The great thing about Game of Thrones is that they're not pussies. They're not they have balls. They don't fucking care. They fucking killed Jon Snow. They killed him. They killed Jon Snow. And you want to know how they confirmed it? They freaking had a long ass freaking camera shot of the guy dead, bleeding out. They didn't fucking cut like, oh, he got stabbed. Oh, did he die? Oh, I don't know. No, they fucking showed him dying. He was bleeding out. He's dead. They had a teaser trailer for next season dedicated to his dead body, for fuck's sake. But you couldn't do that on The Walking Dead? Come on, AMC. What are you doing to us? Overall, that was a terrible mistake. I think it was a horrible move on their part. They shouldn't have done that. And if they didn't do that, this finale could have been the greatest finale in The Walking Dead history. You could do cliffhangers, don't get me wrong. You could do cliffhangers on a mid-season finale, not a fucking season finale. Jeez. And there's birds talking while I'm freaking talking and doing this review. I'm just saying, it really pissed me off. I don't think it's a good move. Overall, I liked the episode. It was a good finale. Negan's great. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was great performance. Everybody else was great. The action was great. Saviors kicking ass. Really nice. Carol Morgan moments were okay. I know they're trying to do some setups for that for future seasons. Like they're trying to introduce the kingdom, I'm guessing, with the Carol and Morgan stuff. Spoilers for the kingdom if you don't know anything about that. Look it up, folks, to read a comic book. But yeah, overall, the finale, it was a good finale. The ending ruined it all. The ending ruined it all. I think it was a terrible move for AMC. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get viewers and ratings to come back for next episode, next season rather. Because I'm guessing if they really did kill, you know, a big character, people would be like, oh, we're not going to watch this show anymore. Kind of like Game of Thrones problem where like Jon Snow died and a lot of Game of Thrones fans were like, no, I'm not watching this show anymore. Which they say every fucking season. So I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe they're smart. I don't fucking know. But all I do know is that pissed me off. And I really wanted to see someone die. Now, granted, with that being said, let's get into some speculation here. Who did die? Let me know what you personally think. Granted, it's not Rick, and it's not, you know, Carl, so we can eliminate those fucking factors. Anybody else wants to come up with an opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. I personally have no idea who he killed. For a second there, because you can kind of hear him speak while he's beating the shit out of somebody, so... And I kind of got the feeling that he said something in terms of, look at him, he's taking it like a champ. But if I remember correctly, if you re-listen to it, it kind of sounds more or less like, you know, like, look at that, taking it like a champ. So he never says he or she. So for a second there, I thought like, oh, he killed a male character from Rick's side, or was it a female character? I don't know. At the end of the day, horrible ending, great finale, horrible ending. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Final verdict for this finale was, it was originally going to be a 9, maybe even a 10, but because of the ending, it's a solid 8 out of 10. That's my final verdict for this finale. It's an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Of course, if you enjoyed, I'll be back for season 7 because Negan. And other than that, you know, whatever. We'll see what happens. Who died? Was it Glenn? Was it Daryl? Was it Abraham? Was it Sasha? Was it, you know, Michonne? You know... $5 says it's like a character we don't even care. Like Eugene. Like, no offense to Eugene fans, but it's probably like Eugene or like that other asshole whose name I fucking don't know. It's probably like one of them. It's like, oh my god, that person we only saw for like one episode's dead. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed my review. And of course, go to my channel and check out my reaction to Negan's appearance in the finale moment of Season 6. This has been my review for Season 6 finale. Hopefully you enjoyed. Shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh12. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And I'll be back in October to hopefully review more Walking Dead episodes that are awesome. Hopefully. This has been Josh12.